Hello, everyone, and welcome to another ASMR video. I haven't done a video in a little bit now, for a number of reasons. It's been a kind of weird week, bad week, maybe, depending on how you want to look at it. I don't think it's the worst week that anyone's ever had, so I don't like to complain about it too much. But yeah, not the best week. So I'm sorry that I haven't uploaded before now, but we are here to, well, do some ASMR now. And so what I've been working on this week that I thought I'd share with you guys is a set of poems that I worked on. I don't know if I'll share all of them. I might select a few. But the idea of them is to be mythological, like poems based on mythological creatures. And I really enjoyed this because it felt like really light-hearted. Usually when I write poetry, it's very deep, and I don't want to say dark, but it kind of goes down that route now and again. And I thought instead we'd do something a little bit more lighthearted. And so I'll read a few and let's see what you guys think. So I'm going to start with one that I think is kind of the first thing that people really think of when they hear mythological creature. I mean, maybe some other people think of a different creature, but I personally think this is very much top of the list. So excuse me if I falter over my words a little bit. There is a rhythm and a cadence to a lot of these poems and their stanzas, but sometimes I am not a natural reader of poems as much as I am a writer of poems. So this one is Dragons. Dragons doth drag on, they're worn out by now, all worm and wyvern, mythology cowed. Scales and fire no longer impress, the concept is flared. Give dragons a rest. And of course, that one is basically saying exactly what I just said, that dragons are, one of the kind of overused mythological creatures in any setting that it can be used, it is used, and primarily because people like them. That's okay. But, they are slightly overdone mythology wise. I did a mermaid one that I quite liked as well. Mermaid maid, that's what you are. Neither lobster, seahorse, fish of the star. Hide as you might, disguise as you please, will find your ilk, scour the seas. So that one is slightly, it has a potentially negative undertone depending on how you look at it. But I'm trying to keep true when I write these to the mythological intention and also just media surrounding those types of creatures anyway. So, the Little Mermaid, the idea of disguising oneself as a human and, that kind of idea, and the fact that there's an idea that mer people and humans would never completely reconcile. I also like to make the little puns on like that mermaid maid. I like that. I like that type of stuff. What did I do as well? Yeah, so what about a vampire? I thought this would be an interesting one, mythological. Maybe not so much mythological as fantastical in this sense, but I still thought it was an interesting one. So I kind of do a similar thing with this one as mermaid maid. So vamped up on ye old pyre, set to burn midst righteous fire, yet whisper placed stokes foul hands' ire, man gainst man, a fate most dire. Count I am, my count get higher, for blood and death I never tire. And so, very tropey vampire there. But I like it. I like kind of playing with the tropes and, like, vamped up, basically, like, kind of using that as an analogy for being like hoisted up. Vamped is a word, so kind of taking from that. And then pyre, of course, you know, the latter half of vampire, so that it sounds like you're saying vampire as you're kind of running this sentence on. I'll do the fairy one as well. Fairy, more airy than any other sort, darting and flitting, trickery for sport. I watch how you dance, desperate to see, more faithful, etheric, so wild, so free. And so, yeah, there's a number of others, and I don't want to read them all because I feel like maybe I kind of overdo the point a bit. But it's really nice to be creative in a different way sometimes. I think for me, poetry has often been an outlet for emotion, but it's kind of nice to take a subject matter and just do something kind of crazy with it, and not crazy, but silly with it. Not even silly. Whimsical, let's say, something a little bit more fun and joyful. And that's kind of why I want to share it with you guys, because I think so often everything we talk about, everything we do is about negating the bad rather than producing good. And I'm trying to produce good this week because I don't feel necessarily great. So if I can produce good for other people, I also have to admit that I have been slightly anxious since my last video went out because I said all the things I said in that video, and then I had a really negative turn. It was kind of like, oh gosh, I felt like I jinxed myself, and I almost felt like a fraud coming on here and trying to do ASMR and discuss, topics that I felt like I wasn't fulfilling myself. So that's kind of why I took a little step back for 2 seconds, which I know a lot of people probably didn't notice, and that's okay because that means that I wasn't like letting anyone down in the meantime either. But yeah, so I just want to say as well, thank you to everyone who supported the channel so far, and thank you for making the last video such a success. The fact that I am such a small channel, and that's okay. I am happy that, for now I am a small channel. I take a little bit of pride in that, that I can make something of quality for a certain few individuals. But the fact that I'm such a small channel and I nearly got 200 views on that last video means to me that I'm doing something right, I hope. And I hope you guys keep enjoying. And if you do enjoy, please consider, the usual commenting. Like, tell me if you want me to write any poems about something that you'd be interested in, or you want to see a set of poems or some prose or something else that you'd be interested in or that you want to prompt me on. I'm happy to take prompts. I can't promise I'll get to them all. It just depends. Sometimes the poem just isn't there no matter how hard you try, and then sometimes you crack out 10 poems in the matter of an hour, so it's a weird thing, creativity. But yes, I hope you guys do enjoy these videos. I hope you guys feel that they're worth something to you. I hope that if you enjoy these, you will continue to watch. It really does mean something to me. And it's nice to be creative in a space that's less. I don't have to worry so much. I know I can put my media out there, my writing out there in this format, and know that even if it's bad, which I am proud of my work, but even if it were bad, it would be maybe helpful to someone, or maybe someone would critique it in a more pleasant way, because the ASMR community is like that, right? So I'm really enjoying doing this channel, and it really gives me a nice break from screaming and shouting at games and being overly cerebral on the podcast. So thank you everyone who has watched. Thank you everyone who listens. Thank you everyone who has relaxed to these videos. Also, let me know, do you guys like it when I use soft spoken voice, or do you prefer it when I whisper? Because I don't mind either, and actually prefer going between the two. But I know that some people prefer one or the other, and generally whispers more than um, soft spoken. But it also depends on the person. Some people do soft spoken really soft. I don't know if I hit that marker, so let me know what you guys think. With that said, guys, I think we'll leave it there. I try and do relatively short videos because I feel like that's what I can manage atop what I already do, and also just to be genuine and like not be able to. I don't like to over edit. I don't edit my podcast. I don't really want to edit the videos here either, for the same reason that I like to do these in one take, not just because of time saving, because I don't have time to edit for 3 different YouTube channels, but also because I feel it's nice to have something that's authentically me as I am, rather than beating myself up about how I start a video or how the take goes, so to speak. So let me know if you guys would like longer videos as well. I can try and do some of those every so often, but these are generally the length of my videos and probably will be for the foreseeable. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you're already asleep, that's great. If you're not, I hope you enjoy another one of my videos or another creator's videos if this wasn't for you. And I'll see you guys very soon for more content. Bye, guys.